Hi everybody, we are going to do a symmetry project and I'm going to give you 2 days to do it because why not? No, because I want you to do a very good job on it. This will be graded. So yeah, let's begin, shall we? What we are going to do is draw our name, but we're going to draw our name using geometric shapes, lines, rays, angles, squares, triangles, circles, you name it. And I want you to get really creative in the drawing of your name. Now, to do this, you are going to need a couple of things. You're going to need a blank piece of paper, or 2 or 3 in case you make a mistake. You are going to need a pencil. Do all your work in pencil first. Then, if you have them, you can use a magic marker and go over your lines and make it look really nice. If you don't have any magic markers, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal, really. Pencil is fine. If you do, groovy. If you don't, groovy, really. Don't stress about that. The other thing you're going to need is a straight edge. A what? Straight edge, otherwise known as a ruler. Now I know what you're saying. Panic, Mr. Eichler, my ruler's in the classroom. I know. I had to get this one out of the garage, off my workbench. Don't panic. We got this. To make a straight edge, all you need is something with a straight edge, such as, a little pad of notebook paper. Look. Straight edge. And I can put that on the paper and then use this to draw straight lines with. Here's something that's just laying around on my desk. It's an incense burner boat thing, but again, has a straight edge. And I can use it just like a ruler, lay it on the page, and draw my lines nice and straight. Look around. Ask mom and dad if you don't have a ruler. I'm sure you got something that you can use for a straight edge. Okay, now let's get into the project. The first thing you're going to do is take your piece of paper and you are going to fold it in half, hot dog. And you need to make that fold just as perfectly as you can. Okay? Then, using your ruler, straight edge, you are going to draw a line down the center fold. So when you fold it up, you've got 2 halves that look like this. Okay? All right, now we're going to get tricky. I'm going to bend the camera to my lap. Try to get this lined up right. Okay. It's going to be a little upside down, but I'll flip it around from time to time so you can see what I'm doing. Your page will measure about 3 inches or so from the middle to the end. Okay? And you can keep in mind those measurements as you draw your name, and it will make things look really pretty later. But I'm going to make, and I'm using a pen right now, I'm going to make my D for Dave. And in doing so, I need to connect to that middle line. Everything needs to be on that middle line. They can't float above like that. Okay? That circle, it needs to touch that middle line. Because what we're going to do next with it, it'll make sense. So I'm going to make a triangle for D. And if I measure this, it is 4 inches tall. So I'm going to put a dot 3 inches out, right here, or 2 inches out, right here. And I am going to connect my D just like that, being very careful to line up both points. And now I have a D. What we'll do is, this is a this is a obtuse triangle. So I will label this obtuse triangle. Everything you draw, you got to label it. Every line needs to be a line. Every segment needs to be a segment. And mix it up. Don't do everything the same. Okay? So here's my A. And I have a circle. And I have... There. I've made my lousy A, and it's not on the line. So when you're done drawing out your whole name across here, and if you have a really long name, Elizabeth, you can shorten this and just be Lizzie. You can be, or if you want to write it smaller, you can get all your whole name on there. That's fine too. But try to fill your space as much as you can. It'll look better. When you're done drawing out your name, you're going to do the mirror image underneath it. So I'm going to redraw this triangle down here. Okay. And I'm going to start at the baseline and go all the way out, just like that. I'm going to remeasure, and that's 6 centimeters. And it's well, I'm going to go back to British units. It's 4 inches tall, so 2-inch mark here, out to the center. And this is 2 1/4 inches from the line all the way to the middle point. So if I go down here, I measure 2 inches, which is my middle point. And I measure, what did I say? 2 1/4 inches out from my middle point. Boom. And now I can connect the 2 corners of my D of my triangle from there. And there. And now you see I'm making symmetry. If I fold it up, they will meet perfectly lined up in the middle. But here's the part about landing on that line. Because this circle isn't on the line, I have to draw that circle up here. It's not going to look the same. Even if, and I didn't use a ruler, but even if I do this, you see it's not looking right. They need to meet on the line. So to make that look better, yes, I have an erasable pen. Yes, I know, that's cool. To make that look better, I will draw my circle so it meets that line. Drawing circles are tough, man. I just realized I drew that A backwards. I'm a horrible person. And I'll draw that circle again here, and I'll try to make it as the same as possible. That's pretty close. Drawing circles freehand is pretty tough. Don't get too bent out in that. And then I'll make my line here and my line here. And now those A's look symmetrical. And that's what you're going to do. You are going to make your whole name, make it go one way across the top, make that your whole name, D-A-V-E, and I would make it with lines and rays and points and shapes and all the cool stuff that we've learned about with geometry. You make your whole name, and then you make the mirror symmetrical image of the name on the other box. Any questions? I'll be in Zoom. I'm here to help. That's all I got. Have a great day.